At TraderMob, we allow you to create contests for your own purposes. Whether that purpose is to trade among your friends or have your own classroom compete in the contest, or for your investment club. You can decide what you want to use it for and how you want to do it, and you can decide all these custom parameters that I'll show you how to do in a second. So when you go to create a contest, you can click this button on your contest tab here, and then you can enter a name, test contest demo, this, and then add a description of your contest. This contest is for demonstration purposes. And then you can choose the trading type. You can choose stocks, options, or both. Sometimes you might want to have a contest where you only want to trade stocks or options. But in this case, I'll choose both. Then you can choose a picture. I'll choose a sample picture here. And then here's the interesting part, that you can change your starting balance. So a contest with a 20K starting balance might be different than a contest with 200K. So based on what you want to compete in, you can create a small contest with a small balance or a big balance and see how people, you can kind of change the strategies and learn how to deal with larger accounts versus small accounts. And it can actually be a learning experience when you do that. You can choose a start date. So we'll say February 10 to March 10, 30 days. And then you can choose public or private. If you choose public, anybody can join, obviously. If you choose private, you will have to accept people into your contest, and I'll show you that in another video. So here's the interesting part of the competition creation. You could create basically the rules for your contest. So creating different rules for your contest change the dynamics of a contest completely, and also make it possible for you to educate certain people in a certain way and to follow certain best practices and guidelines, right? So for instance, max stock size percentage. Here I could determine what the maximum size of the stock position that you trade in each trade. So if I take this to let's say 11 or 10, let's say 10, nice even 10. What this means is for every stock trade you make, you can't make the trade more than 10% of your portfolio balance. So that's enforcing, basically forcing the person to not be able to bypass that trade restriction. So for newbies, people who are just learning to trade and you're trying to teach them how to manage their risk, this could be a great way to do that. Same with max option debit size for option trading. For example, if I'm trading in a portfolio of $10,000, I may want to make sure that they don't allocate more than $1,000 or 1%. Well, let's say 2%. I may want to make sure that they don't trade more than $2,000 in a $100,000 portfolio in buying calls or buying puts. So that was the way I would do it. So max option naked size. Let's say we're trading naked options in a portfolio, and I don't want the margin to exceed $10,000 in a $100,000 account. So I could use this, and this way nobody can sell naked options using more margin than $10,000, which could be another way to enforce some best practices or guidelines in trading naked options. And minimum stock price. So what if I want to say that you can't trade penny stocks? So how would I do that? I would actually use this to say that you can't trade anything under $1. Or I can make it more interesting and say that you can't trade anything under $10. So as you can see, you can change all these variables, these parameters, in any contest you create to make it interesting, or to teach some kind of educational kind of strategy to teach someone to trade in a certain way. If you're trying to teach someone to manage their risk, I would use this and force them to do it so they understand how it affects their trading. And of course, you can do max stock size too. Maybe we don't want to have them trade anything over, $700, or if you don't want to have max stock price, that's probably something that maybe you don't care about. You set it at 0 and it can be maximum. So that's how you trade a public contest. Once you create it, you'll be taken to your contests right here, My Contest, and you're automatically participating in your own contest. And this is it. This is it right here. You can make changes to it. You can edit it. You can make changes anytime you want to the parameters that you created on this contest at this point. You can change the balance. You can change the start date and end date. You can change these parameters just by hitting edit. So by hitting edit here, I can go there. Oh, I can delete it. I won't delete in this case. And to make a trade, obviously I showed this before. You can go here, make a trade, which takes you to your portfolio, the trade form for your portfolio, and this link here takes you back to your portfolio, the actual portfolio for this contest. So going back to the contest, now I can do things like send a contest email. So this means I can send a message to everybody in this contest. I can broadcast a message to everybody who's participating in this contest at this time. And get referral URL means you can get a link that you can send to people, and they can join your contest by going to this link. So you can see here, this referral page, I'm the only one that joined this contest, and people can actually go here and join the contest through this link, and you get credit for that referral. And when you get credit for that referral, we're thinking of ways to implement some kind of reward program so you can get rewarded for bringing people to the site. So stay tuned on the referral program, but we're still creating that process at the time. And don't forget, every time you create a contest, you get a contest chat here. You get a chat dedicated to your contest. So when you create a contest, each contest will have its own dedicated chat, so you can chat among the people within that contest. And that's it. In the next video, I will show how to create a private contest and how that works.